Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do a disassembly of the Vosteed Bellamy. So this knife I got yesterday, and I like it, but the centering is a bit off, and I'm pretty sure from the unboxing on it's shifted a little bit, even though I don't feel any play, so I don't know what's going on there. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this in the unboxing, but this standoff is not actually a stop pin. It kind of looks like one, but it's not. There's an internal one. And, oh, I think I did, and I put oil on it, and and it stopped rattling. But apparently these come out of the box with a rattle, which is interesting. So that just means the fitment on that standoff, or whatever you call it, it's not really a standoff. Those are standoffs. Spacer, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it's obviously not perfect, but $130 M390 in my Carta, it's hard to complain. But you do want centered blades, and you do want no rattle, right? I have effectively sold this already to my good buddy Backpack B, along with the other knife I unboxed yesterday, this stovepipe from Spyderco. So this knife is a decent knife. I do wish detent was stronger. If you thumb flick it, which I think they basically dial Spydercos for thumb flicking, even though everybody loves Spidey flicking, you can easily reverse flick it. It's not, difficult, but it's a Spyderco. You kind of gotta will it. You gotta want to do it. The weight, the overall just knife, and then the super late detent is what's killing me. Look at that. That's where the detent breaks. Just for example, this one breaks right there. So as soon as I pass this, it will now, drop. This one, you have to get all the way from there to there, then break it. Now it'll start to drop. Like, just terrible. And pushing the lock bar, you barely ever get past it. It's very annoying. I mean, you have to kind of push and shake down a little bit, and then you're good. And maybe most people don't mind doing that. And maybe it'll smooth out and it'll start dropping all the way. I don't know. But it wasn't worth it for me to find out. So, moving it along. Anyway, let's get into this bad boy. I told Brent I'd try to get it centered for him, or just see what's going on. Yeah, that seemed like it was a little loose. So let's just see if I tighten it, what happens. It's not going any further. I mean, it's definitely not centered. You can see that. The tip is more centered, but... And now we've tightened up the action. So let's just see what's going on in here, right? T8 on our pivot. Should be a pretty standard disassembly. Are we T8 up here? Please be yes. All right, this should be easy then. Then we have those standoff things doing a lot of the work. Okay, geez, just flew apart. We do have decent bearings in here. These are essentially Delrin bearings. They're Kaiser's version. So they're not actually probably Delrin plastic. It's just black plastic, but I mean, it works, right? Let me grab a cloth, some alcohol. I don't know if maybe some skiff bearings would help in this situation with the centering, but these are rather thin, so my concern would be it wouldn't close up well with the skiffs in it. Pretty straightforward. We have this guy just sitting there, and I put oil around it, and that's what kept it from rattling. And I'll probably do the same thing. Maybe I'll just use Loctite. That's what I usually use. All right, so we can try bearings. I mean, can't hurt. I have a set of like Gillians here somewhere that I won't mind passing along or whatever. Yeah, those both feel good. Let's see. Where is the cutout? Oh, it's on this side. Okay, nice. I like when they do that. So there could be a few issues. It could be the pivot screw here isn't seating all the way down. That could have been the issue. It could be a few things. We'll figure it out as we go here. So what I'd do is just put a little bit of Loctite like this in here. Oh, okay. Or a lot of it. You could do that too. Let me suck some of that up. It just seems like a lot. And this guy. And then on this side, you're gonna have, so we're gonna have to kind of put it together afterwards, seems like, but so I don't know how exactly to do that. Just put some around the edges. I don't know, that's all I can think of. All right, so grab our KPL. Everything is just releasing way more than I need. Just give me a little bit. There we go. A little bit down here. That. KPL heavy, of course. A little bit. Sop it up. There we go. All right. Let's try this bad boy. 5mm bearings. Loctite just ran in there, didn't it? I think oil might have made more sense in this case. See that hole? I think that's literally just there for weight relief, which helps with the drop shot action. You get, it basically is a counterbalance on the tip. So now the tip is heavier because of that. Kind of smart. Do I have everything in there? Yeah. Let me just see if this tightens down or not. See, what I'm worried about is how thick it's gonna be. Let's just see. Luckily, we don't have a ton of screws because I flipped the clip. mean, it feels okay, but I don't really... A little bit of play. No play. Sure, it would break in, but is the centering better? Yeah, it is. Does look a bit better, honestly. Since it was so easy, let's see if we can just put the other ones back in and see how that comes out. It's kind of weird how thick it seems up at the pivot, in my opinion. Yeah, it definitely is thinner. I think those are just too thick, like I thought. So, centering is, yeah, it's pretty much, it's actually centered. I mean, it's a lot better anyway. Wow. Okay. So maybe something wasn't seated right. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe the pin just wasn't seated right and it was screwing everything else up. Wow, it's dead nuts. Okay. So now I need to Loctite it. So sadly, I need to unscrew it and hopefully not screw it up. Try to hold it in place while I do this. Sorry. It's not dropping shut. It's dead centered though. So let's see if I can just back off a little bit. Still centered. No play. Very close to dropping. There we go. No play. The tip looks, man, it's close. Oh, did it shift? It's so hard. It's weird looking down the line on this thing. It looks pretty close. I mean, it's way better than it was before. The tip is certainly centered. What about when you look at it from this angle? It's so weird when you flip it over and you get a different centering. A little bit to the clip side, but I don't even think cranking it is going to help. That didn't move the needle, did it? No, I don't think so. So it's not about that. Jesus. I'm just going to leave it like this. I think it's good. And you know what? Maybe I'll end up falling in love with this bad boy. I don't know. good to go. Gonna let it sit now. So there you go, guys. That is the disassembly, reassembly twice of the Vosteed Bellamy. And it is an interesting knife. I mean, other than the centering and the rattle that I noticed, or that it seems to be on everyone, because in the unboxing I explained that Addicted to Knives, Lewis, he has one that I saw in person, and it had the rattle. He actually removed it, because you can just take that out. It doesn't do anything. I mean, other than maybe add a little stability, which, you know, you shouldn't really need, but, you know, I guess it makes sense to be there. But yeah, other than those two things, which it looks like I basically sorted out the centering. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's way better than it was last night. It's a really cool knife. I mean, it has all these deployment methods. It's in M390. It has a hollow grind, drop shut. Like, it's just cool. It has a deep carry clip that's reversible. It kind of does everything I need it to do, so it's kind of silly for me to move it on. So we'll see. I'll talk to Brent about it. He can always just buy one. I'm pretty sure they're on the website. So anyway, not a big deal. Thank you guys for watching the disassembly. Looks like skiffs and Gillians aren't really going to fit in here, guys. Technically they do, but it makes it way wider in here than you want. I mean, it was like substantially wider, so I wouldn't do it. And these bearings are fantastic. We have no play and drop shut action, so, and they're smooth. You know, I don't feel any grit through here. It feels very good, so there's really no reason to go swapping them. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I will catch you later.